This is the museum.
Please don't shoot me.
Please talk about this museum.
Can you not shoot me?
No,
I'm
no, no,
shy.
no.
So this museum covers the whole history of Indian cinema, right
Okay.
from its early beginnings, like when we used to do storytellings. Because if you see, cinema is a storytelling format. So when cinema was not there in India, what were our ways of telling story? So
Okay.
we used to have more of a very visual storytelling process. So we used to have puppet shows and then scroll paintings and music, dance, theaters. We had our ways of telling stories.
Yeah.
And in Western countries, along with musicals, Broadways, theaters, there were few people who invented optical devices. So here we have few optical devices.
Yes, yes.
So optical devices basically gives you an illusion that the movement is happening. For example, this is a vaccinoscope. It was invented by Charles Raynaud in 1877. Here what happens is you click in different movements. Once you're done with that, you cut and paste and make it into a strip format, and then you rotate this drum. So in reflection, you'll find the movement that is happening. So it's like horses galloping or
Oh,
horses
horse
running.
riding, no?
Yes. So all these optical devices are also known as foundation or genesis, on which we started making motion pictures or moving pictures. That is our cinema.
Okay. And what about this?
So it's the write up on
Okay, okay.
all these things. So if you go to different states, they had their own means of telling storytelling. You tell me, what was your storytelling process in earlier ways? Was it just stories like narration, or was it dance, puppet shows, or
Yeah,
anything else?
our story based on song.
Songs,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
from the song we come to know that the storytelling
Yes,
is done
yeah,
by
yeah.
song, our
Yes,
folk song,
correct.
huh?
Yes, folk songs.
Yeah.
So I guess that's similar
Yeah, yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
So these were always. If you go to some ancient temple, you'll find such carvings. So
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now we don't know what this thing is telling us, but
Yes.
at that time when craftsmen, when they were carving all such things, maybe they had some story which they wanted to express or wanted to tell. So they made something like this.
Yeah,
If you go to very ancient temples now, nowadays it's very plain.
yeah, yeah.
So this is a magic lantern. It's like how you do PowerPoint presentation. It's just
Okay,
like
okay.
that. So there will be a narrator who will be telling you about each
Yeah,
slide.
yeah.
And once he's done with this slide, he'll change it to another one. This is quite distorted,
Awesome.
but something like this used to be there.
Awesome.
So for Indians, we couldn't relate with foreign stories or whatever. So we used to take stories from Mahabharata or Ramayana or Puranas. We will take small stories, we'll make such hand-painted slides,
Yeah.
and then we insert it into this machine. And however, whatever that story or the slide is, the narrator will keep talking about it.
Okay. Thank you. Any more?
Yeah. Do you have time, or like
Yeah,
how
we
much
have
time?
we have time.
Then okay. So these are Lumières. You must be knowing them. They are known as the father of world cinema.
Awesome.
And August and Louis, these were
Who
two
are they?
brothers. Lumière brothers.
Lumio brother.
Yeah, they were from France, and they were the camera manufacturers.
Okay.
So they made a 3-in-1 camera known as cinematograph. And from there we started to take that name cinema, cinematography, we kept.
So.
So that and okay, cinematograph used to look something like this. It's a model we have made.
Yeah, yeah.
And in that it had 3 purposes. One was to shoot or record whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Second, you will process that film. Nowadays we call it as editing.
Yeah.
And third is you will project or screen it to people.
Yes.
So all these videos or all these reels have been made by that camera itself. So it came in 1895. And the way we make Instagram reels
Yeah.
is just like that. We have
Oh.
just rediscovered what they had discovered earlier.
Okay.
And for example, arrival of the train, workers coming out of the factory, very basic names were given to all those reels.
Yeah.
And they started screening it in their neighborhood, and they became very famous, and people from all over the places started calling them "Hamare paas aiye videos dikhaiye," because it's a marvel. Like we see movement like this, but to see it on a bigger screen, it's a marvel.
Yes,
It's
yes.
like a magic.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how are you doing all such things on a screen?
Uh-huh.
So people were very fascinated by this
Yes.
new discovery.
Yeah.
And they used to have assistants who used to go through their banner and they used to show it around anywhere, wherever they were being called. And there was one assistant named Marius Sestier. So he was traveling to Australia in 1896, but because of a ship damage or by chance, he happened to stay at Mumbai's Watson Hotel.
Okay.
Have you been to Colaba area?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's in Colaba area
Ah.
and it's still there, but they are going to demolish it because it's very old and it's very dangerous now. So he was staying in that hotel and he was getting bored. He didn't had any work to do. So he started screening all of his reels in that hotel itself. So cinema as a concept came very accidentally or by chance to India, and from there on we start our journey of Indian films as
Yes.
such.
Thank you. Next.
Fast. Do you want
Cùng anh Huân của tôi tàu tôi hầm khơi vào.
Yeah, we have 2 minutes to cover. So this is the silent era. Like full-fledged movies were being made, but there was no sound in it. Like your feature films were being
Oh,
made,
without sound, no?
but without sound.
Yeah, okay.
And he is Dadasaheb Phalke. He is known as the father
Dadabas
of
Phalke,
Indian
no?
cinema. Yes.
Yes, yes.
And he made a movie called Raja Harishchandra in 1913, which is considered as our first full-length feature film.
Okay.
And the screening of that movie is going behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is Raja Harishchandra, which Dadasaheb Phalke made. Again, it doesn't have any sound.
The first films in India.
Yeah, was made by him. This movie. This was
Yeah,
the
this
first
Harishchandra.
movie. Yes.
Okay.
So earlier, a lot of movies were based on
The
mythology.
director was
Dadasaheb
Dadasaheb Phalke, no?
Yes.
Okay.
And such, now we call it as subtitles or captions. Earlier, this used to call as title reads. Basically, that will make you understand what this scene is about. After every scene, you'll find such title cards. English was compulsory because Britishers used to watch. So
Okay,
English, Hindi, Marathi, and then how you, as per your states, the
Okay,
language
okay.
got adopted.
They put subtitle, no?
Yeah,
To
it's
make
like
them understand.
subtitle. Yeah. So, and earlier in 20th century, women weren't allowed to act. So all these are men who portrayed as female characters.
Oh.
So the way
In olden days, the women were not allowed to act, huh? In the
Yeah.
films.
Yeah. So
Okay.
these are all men who portrayed as
Oh.
female characters. The way
So-
it happens in dramas also.
Yeah.
Sometimes men portray
Okay,
female
okay, we
characters.
understand. In Manipur also,
Yeah.
all the gents will act,
Act as ladies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a lady. Very
What do you call
interesting.
your shop, like scarf? What
This
do you
is
call
our
it?
traditional
Yeah, I got it.
muffler.
Muffler.
Yeah.
So, हाथ नहीं लगाना so do it. So this is the talkie era now, and sound films were being introduced in talkies era.
Song introducing by this.
In this era.
In this
And
era, no?
Alam Ara is our
Okay, okay.
first sound made film or talkie film. बात करती थी तो उसको talkie नाम दे दिया.
Tokis.
So Alam Ara behind you, the poster is there. So that's the first talkie film.
Okay.
And on that poster it is written that this movie is singing, talking and dancing. And when people started reading this poster, they became very curious, like your movie will dance, your movie will sing, or your movie will talk. So that curiosity took them to the theatres, and from
Okay.
there on talkies or sound made films got popularized in India.
Thank you. So these all are evolutions of the Indian cinema.
Yeah. Progress, evolution,
Yeah.
whatever. These are lobby cards. So that you must have seen it in your theatre lobbies.
Okay.
Basically, these are all publicity material.
Okay.
That's it. But a very lively kind of publicity material. Nowadays,
Okay.
it's all LED screens and
Yeah.
everything. It has lost its charm, but okay, we have to go with the advancement.
This is for advertisement purpose.
Yeah, yeah. These are all
They used to
advertisements.
advertise like this in olden days, no?
Yeah.
Okay. There is Cholet, eh?
That's Sholay.
Oh.
No, this is not Sholay. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Sholay is there. I will show you. I will
Uh-huh.
show you. This is Sony Mahiwal.
This system still we are imitating about this poster campaign and all, no? Thank you. So we would like to know about you also.
Oh,
How do you come here in this
so
film
I am from
industry?
I'm not from a film background or as such. I'm from a history background, and
Okay.
I have done museology.
Uh-huh.
That means museum management. They
Oh,
teach you
museum
about
majority?
museum
Okay.
and their management and exhibition and curation, everything. So
Okay.
that's how I landed up here.
Yeah.
So I'm basically a museum educator.
Okay.
Our job is to make people aware of Indian cinema,
Okay.
the history of Indian cinema, and it could be anything: Marathi, Hindi, Punjabi, Assami, Mizoram, everything.
So suppose if we have any material regarding this for our tribe, how we will put here? What is
If
the
you have
process?
any
Yeah.
material about your movies,
Yeah, yeah.
so you will have to talk to. You're from Ministry, I've heard.
Yeah, Sa
Yeah,
Armstrong is
one.
our
So you can tell him
director.
that
Okay.
you all have to donate, or you have to give some material to us, and maybe he can talk to the seniors, and that can be acquired here.
To put here, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So this is the timeline of 100 years.
Okay.
It starts with 1913 because Raja
From Raja Harishchandra, no?
Yes.
1913.
Yeah. So Dada Saib
1919. This all are evolution.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all those famous movies or milestones.
Okay.
Their movie posters. We have kept the movie
1925, 1931, 1932, 1935. Before independence, no? This all are evolution.
posters. These are all after independence.
Okay. 1938, 1939, 1946, 48, 51, 52, 53. Okay. 1957, 59, 60, 61, 62.
So you all tell me about yourself. What do you do in your life? What's your career or whatever? All are into filmmaking.
Most of us, he is director,
He's
actor,
Excellent.
yeah, he did everything, and his film got some awards.
Sering đi làm gì thế thôi. 1994. Họ thế. 95. 2000. Lagan. 1998. 2006.
Starting from 90s, we start.
2013. 13 Phở. Till 13.
Till 30 because we have covered the whole
Okay.
100 years.
Okay.
So till 30. Yeah. And this is the studio era. Earlier you must be knowing a lot of studios
Yeah.
were there. And in that your shooting, dubbing, editing,
Yes.
recording, publicity material, everything used to get ready in that studio. And these are all
Yeah.
very famous studios
Uh-huh.
from India.
Okay. Rise of video system.
And these are few film booklets.
Okay.
The way we watch trailer and then we go for movie is just like that, but in printed format.
Okay.
So you have few dialogues, few photo stills. Earlier we used to get song lyric books also,
Oh, okay, okay.
which will combine the whole story
Uh-huh,
for you. And after reading this, then you'll go for the movie. And the
Okay.
people who couldn't afford the tickets, movie tickets, They'll just read this and they'll get to know the whole.
Indian tung cinema kau rap kurena hey museum the mi wai na Mumbai ko gulo te me tung museum ko he gong gai ro na zaro ko lang kaza kaza hau me tung museum the teng ku thai zaro me gai ta